Hello and welcome to EduStar Food Journey. Today I'm bringing 10 more special words for our studies. And these are interesting words because most people do mispronounce some of these words or most of them, especially in Nigeria. Let's begin with the words as can be seen in this slide. These are the words as given here. We have number 1 to 10. I'd like you to first of all attempt pronouncing each of them before you can now pay attention to how the words are both transcribed and pronounced correctly. Now, which of them, after you must have made your attempts on how to pronounce, was difficult for you to pronounce? Or were you able to pronounce every one of them? If you were, please let me know in the comment section. Now, this is brought to you once again by EduStar Food Journey. The first word here is flour, which is transcribed as shown in the box here. So when we pronounce it, we call it flour, flour, flour. The same way you pronounce the word flower. That's the same way you pronounce the word flour. That is flour. Now, most people mispronounce this word as flour. It should be noted that the right pronunciation is flour, not flour. Number 2 is chasm, as can be seen in the transcription here. Number 3 is dough. The spelling is D-O-U-G-H, but the pronunciation is dough, the and O sound, the and O sound. So when you combine the two sounds, you have dough. Number 4 is turn. Turn. Transcription is to sound, long S sound, and then a sound. So when you combine them, you have turn, turn. Number 5 is flood. We have in the transcription for sound, la sound, silent or sound, and the sound. Combining the 4 sounds, you get flood. Number 6 is floor, floor. For sound, la sound, and long or sound, which will give us floor. Number 7 is plow, plow, plow. In the transcription, we have per sound, la sound, and ow sound is a diphthong, a diphthong. So when we combine them, we have plow. Number 8 is suede. So sound, was sound, a sound. That is a diphthong. And then the sound. When we combine, we have suede, not sued. Number 9 is imbecile, or you call it imbecile. In the transcriptions, we have the short E sound, the M sound, the B sound, the silent A sound, which we call the short sound, the S sound, the I sound, and the L sound. Combining them, we have imbecile. Now, then you can still pronounce it thus. After the short sound, you have S sound and short E sound and L sound. The only difference is the I sound and the short E sound. So in that pronunciation, we have imbecile, imbecile. So that's the pronunciation for that. Then the last one, being the 10th word, is spelled S-T-E-P-H-E-N. S-T-E-P-H-E-N. Pronounced as Stephen. And the transcription is sound, to sound, long E sound, for sound, silent R sound, and then a sound, which when we combine, we have Stephen. I want you to tell me which of the pronunciations surprised you the most. Let me know that in the comment section. We proceed. So we take in-depth analysis of all these words, actually each of them, as we've seen in the other slide. The first one here begins with the first word, which is flower. We have already shown the IPA transcription, but you can still see it again overlay. So we take the meaning. The meaning of the word is powder from ground grains used for baking. Origin, Middle English, flour. Middle English, flour, flour of meal. Common mispronunciation is flour. So most people call the word flour. They pronounce the word F-L-O-O-R. But the right pronunciation is the same way you pronounce the word F-L-O-W-E-R, which is flour. Note that. Now sentence, I bought a bag of flour to bake a cake. I bought a bag of flour to bake a cake. Note, often confused with flour, but flour has a diphthong, that is ow sound. Then we come to number 2, which is chasm. 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 I'd like you to pronounce with me and take note of each of the sounds that are involved. Most people do pronounce this word as chasm, but the right pronunciation is chasm. K sound, not ch sound. So it should be noted in our study of today. So meaning a deep gap or divide. Origin, Greek chasma, yawning hollow. Wrong pronunciation is chasm. Please note the difference between ch and the k. Even though the word is spelled as C-H-A-S-M, the right pronunciation is chasm and not chasm. Sentence, a huge chasm opened after the quake. A huge chasm opened after the quake. Then we take the tip. Tip is CH here sounds like K and not Ch. Number 3 is dough. Number 3 is dough, which we spell as D-O-U-G-H, transcribed as the sound and O sound. So not dough or da or door, as many people may pronounce it. The right pronunciation is simply dough. Any other pronunciation you bring about is wrong. That should be noted. Meaning, a thick mixture of flour and water for baking. A thick mixture of flour and water for baking. Origin, Old English, dag. Mispronounced as do, or da, or daf. The right pronunciation has been given, which is dough, and not door, or da, or daf. Sentence, let the dough rise before baking. Note, the GH is silent. So the GH here in the spelling is silent, and that should be taken note of. We come to the next word, which is number 4. Turn. Turn. You can see the sound, long S sound, and then a sound. The sound is optional. You can see it in a bracket. So it's optional. It's dependent on the nationality, where the pronunciation that involves where you make the pronunciation from. If it's American, they put the R sound. If it's British, they don't. Meaning, to rotate or move around. Note, most people do pronounce this word as torn. Please, that pronunciation is 100% wrong. The vowel sound here is long S sound, pronounced as So for that reason, you say turn and not torn. Again, you can connect this with some pronunciations such as word. The same way you pronounce word, the vowel sound in word, you bring it into the pronunciation of turn and you get the right pronunciation. Another word is worm. You still have another word as work. You have another word as girl. You have another word as bird. And a lot of words, even learn, person, and so on and so forth. That's vowel sound, which is in those words, can be brought into this word, turn, when pronouncing it, and you get the right pronunciation. Common error is pronouncing it as tone or turn. Any of these pronunciations or more is wrong, but the main pronunciation, which is correct, is turn, which is the sound, long S sound, and the sound. Sentence. Please turn off the light. Please turn off the light. Focus. Long S sound, that is vowel, as in girl, not short. U sound, as in tone, as people do pronounce it. Next is flood, spelled as Flood, pronounced as flood. The same way you can recall when we studied the pronunciation of the word Blood, which is blood. So we said we do not pronounce it as blood, but blood. So that is exactly the same way you pronounce the word flood. You simply replace the first consonants, which are B sound, which are B and F. So when you replace them, you simply have, instead of blood, you have flood. Meaning, overflow of water. Wrong pronunciation. Most people say flute. Others say flood. Please, none of these pronunciations is correct. The right pronunciation to the word or for the word is flood, which is the f sound, the l sound, the silent o sound, and the sound. When combined, we get flood and nothing more. Sentence. The river caused a massive flood. The river caused a massive flood. I would like you to pronounce with me so that you will master how to pronounce this word. Now say after me, flood. And again, flood. And again, flood. So that is it. Tip. OO is pronounced silent O sound, as can be seen here, which is ah. Flood, not long U sound. U. Please, that is of great importance in this pronunciation. Next is floor. Remember, most people do pronounce the word flower as floor. So this the main flaw we're talking about when they mispronounce the word flower. So the right pronunciation of the word Floor is floor. And I know that most people do pronounce that correctly. Now meaning is surface you work on. Surface you work on. Confused with flower. Sentence. Mop the floor before guests arrive. Mop the floor before guests arrive. Key sound, long O, long vowel sound, which is long O sound. Next is number 7, which is plow. Plough, plow. And again, right here, GH is silent. Some do call this word plough or plow. Whichever way you pronounce it, other than plow, is 100% wrong, and you should take note of that. The meaning of the word is to turn soil with a plow. To turn soil with a plow. Wrong pronunciation is plug or plough or any other pronunciation. Sentence: farmers plow their fields before planting. Farmers plow their fields before planting. Note: OUGH is tricky. Here it sounds ow and not arg or av or anything else. It's simply ow. So pronounce with me: plow, and again plow, and again plow. Number 8, we have suede, meaning a type of soft leather. Wrong pronunciation is suede. Note the difference between the pronunciation suede and suede. Suede and suede. This is a diphthong here. A diphthong, A sound. And this is a monophthong, S sound, E sound. So it's with a diphthong and not a monophthong. This is actually American long S sound. American short S sound in here. Okay, we say suede and not suede. Sentence: some even call this word suit, as the case may be based on the spelling. The right pronunciation, and that is the only way it can be pronounced correctly, is suede. Suede. We take it back to the word suite, which is spelled the way I've just spelled it, but pronounced as sweet. So there are some words like that, even the schwa sound and the rest of them, you get a number of words that are pronounced quite differently from the way they are spelled. And this is just one of them. You can see the sound coming in where there is nothing like W in the spelling. Okay, we have wrong pronunciation as stated is sweat. Sentence: he wore sweat shoes to the party. He wore sweat shoes to the party. He wore sweat shoes to the party. Tip: sounds like suede. You can see it. Sweat shoes, not sweat shoes, sweat shoes. Okay, number 9, we have imbecile or imbecile. It all depends on the word, on the pronunciation you prefer. The two pronunciations here are correct. So you can choose one that you feel free to use and pronounce when you speak, or you want to pronounce the word. That one can become your own pronunciation, but either of them is correct and equal in their pronunciation. Meaning, an outdated term for someone with low intelligence. An outdated term for someone with low intelligence. Mispronounced as imbecile. Some even call it imbecile. In Nigeria, most people pronounce this word as imbecile, or they call the word, because I believe these are people that don't even know how the word is spelled. So when they pronounce, they say imbecile. There is nothing like imbecile with this word, except there is another word that sounds imbecile. But then, for now, I don't know a word that is called imbecile. And particularly, this word is not imbecile in pronunciation because there is no the sound. And it's not one of those exceptional words that are pronounced quite differently from the way they are spelled. You can see the way the word is spelled here. Imbecile. But and the pronunciation is either imbecile or imbecile. You can see it in the transcriptions right here. So right here, imbecile or imbecile, not imbecile. There is nothing there. There is no the sound. There is no D in the spelling, and there is no the sound in the pronunciation. So that should be taken note of. I have already given you the mispronunciation, which most people call imbecile. I'm instead of imbecile, and some other stock, should I say, illiterates, or those that are very much careless about pronunciations, call it imbecile. If you're one of those that pronounce it as either imbecile or imbecile, please take note of that. Let it be the lesson you've learned today. And if you've been corrected, please let me know in the comment section. Tell me thank you for correcting me. The next slide. Okay, we're not done. Yes, is still on the next slide. We have sentence. He acted like an imbecile, or you say he acted like an imbecile during the meeting. He acted like an imbecile during the meeting. Note, two valid pronunciations, both acceptable, or both accepted. Number 10, we have Stephen. Stephen. Some people do pronounce this word as Stephen or Stephen. Please, the right pronunciation of this word is Stephen. It is not for sound, even though we spell it as Stephen. The right pronunciation is Stephen and not Stephen or Stephen. Okay, we go by the first analysis, which is meaning a male first name, the name of a man. Wrong pronunciation is Stephen. Some call it Stephen. Sentence, we have Stephen is the team captain. Stephen is the team captain. Note, PH pronounced as the sound and not for sound. PH gives the sound and not for sound. Okay, we take our engagement. I think that's the end of our lesson for today. But before that, I want you to note which pronunciation surprised you the most. Which of these pronunciations, which of these analyses, which word in particular surprised you the most regarding the pronunciation and its analysis? Please let me know that particular word in the comment section. So drop it in the comments. Please like, subscribe, share new videos weekly on Edu Star Food Journey. We are together on this journey. This is actually the part 8 of our daily commonly mispronounced words. Stay with us and more lessons will come to you. Thanks for watching with us. Thanks for learning with us. God bless you.